זרו על הצדיק ולשרי לב שמחה אור זרו על הצדיק ולשרי לב שמחה אור זרו על הצדיק ולשרי לב שמחה אור זרו על הצדיק ולשרי לב שמחה צדיקים באדוני שמחו צדיקים באדוני לישרים נאווה זרו על הצדיק ולשרי לב שמחה אור זרו על הצדיק ולשרי לב שמחה אור זרו על הצדיק ולשרי לב שמחה אור זרו על הצדיק ולשרי
and then, when wholeness and peace are restored. Uvechein, and then, remembering what all life is for. In awe and afraid, taking stock of our days, healed by forgiveness and love. We pray a time will come as we return to the one, that we can become truly one. Uvechein, and then, when wholeness and peace are restored. and then, remembering what all life is for. When reverence for life is the prayer that unites all people as one family, remembering our light, a spark of the divine in ourselves and in all living beings. Then and then, just the sound of it gives wings to hope, lays fear to rest, to feel the open wings of possibility, and then imagine. Uvechein, and then, when wholeness and peace are restored. Uvechein, and then, remembering what all life is for.
ישראל ותפילתם באהבה תקבל ותהי לרצון תמיד עבודת ישראל שפוך רוחך עלינו ותחזינה עינינו בשובך לציון
Am I there for those who need me, giving of my heart completely? Have I been caring and have I been patient? Have I forgiven without reservation? Do I take my days for granted, treated others even-handed, and shown compassion to the homeless stranger? Have I been humble before my Creator? Ve'al kulam, ve'al kulam, Elo Selichot, ve'al kulam, ve'al kulam, ve'al kulam, Elo Selichot, ve'al kulam. Have I tread lightly on the planet? Have I held fast to your commandment? And have I raised my voice against injustice? Have I been giving or have I been selfish? Ve'al kulam, ve'al kulam, Elo Selichot, ve'al kulam, ve'al kulam, ve'al kulam, Elo Selichot, ve'al kulam, ועל כולם אלוה סליחות ועל כולם ועל כולם ועל כולם אלוה סליחות ועל כולם.
Shavua Tov. Tonight we're here for a distinctive purpose and intent to seek forgiveness and to offer forgiveness and to recognize that only through love and compassion can we carry ourselves through this season of reflection, restoration, and return. Selichot, words of apology, words seeking forgiveness. They're on our tongues and they're in our heart, ready to come out. But they don't just appear. It takes mindful reflection on our lives, a serious and truthful look at all of our acts and our actions over the year. Tonight, we begin that journey towards forgiveness. It will be filled with song and word and poetry and meditation. You could actually just sit in your home with your eyes closed and just let the sound just pour over you like cool spring water on your head. It can invigorate you, it can calm you, it can empower you, or it can give you ease. As you make your way through the breaths of this service, allow your feelings to inform you as to where you need to be right now, this week, and this year. We take the journey alone, and we take the journey together. May we find the truth of this year and the truth of our lives.
We've been preparing for a journey since the beginning of Elul, the journey through the days of awe, into ourselves, into our souls. No matter how much we prepare, that plunge inward is never easy. What will we discover? Was I kind this year? Was I open-hearted? Was I the person I wanted to be? The truth scares us so much we want to hide. So we start with the beautiful words of Psalm 27, Achat Sha'alti, by asking one thing of the eternal. Only one thing. That no matter what we find, we will always be welcome in the house of the Holy Blessed One. That despite our fears, uncovering our truth and committing to another year of personal and spiritual growth does not preclude us from the house of God, quite the contrary. Embarking on this journey through the days of awe guarantees that the Eternal One remains a partner with us all the days of our lives.
Forgiveness by Emily Dickinson. My heart was heavy, for its trust had been abused, its kindness answered with foul wrong. So turning gloomily from my fellow men, one summer Sabbath day I strolled among the green mounds of the village burial place. where, pondering how all human love and hate find one sad level, and how soon or late, wronged and wrongdoer, each with meekened face and cold hands folded over a still heart, pass the green threshold of our common grave, whither all footsteps tend, where none depart, awed for myself and pitying my race. Our common sorrow, like a mighty wave, swept all my pride away, and trembling.
Haneshama lach ve'agush shalach. Our spirit is of you, our body is yours. Chusa, have mercy. At this time of Selichot, as we approach the coming Yamim Noraim, the days of awe, we ask God's help in doing the work of reflection. We ask God's help in moving us to a place of tshuva, of repentance, and of truly regretting what we've done in the last year that we know we can change in the year to come. We are each a spark of the divine, and the approach of the high holidays reminds us it's time to do the work of figuring out what it is we need to do this year to better live into the image of the divine that each and every one of us is. Haneshama lach.
Atanu al shimcha Adonai, Asay leman shemecha, bavur kevor shimcha ki el rachum v'chanun rachum v'chanun shemecha leman shimcha Adonai v'salachta la'avoneinu ki ravu ve'haguf shela
Redeeming My Life by Alden Solovey. A part of me refuses to forgive myself for my errors, my mistakes, my oversights, my misdeeds. How can I redeem my life from within this place of judgment, of harsh words, of somber requirement? God of old, God of justice and truth, teach me to restore my life through acts of love and kindness, thoughtfulness and care in support of my family and community. Teach me to surrender my days to the joy of service to others, the joy of concern for this world and generations to come. Heavenly Guide, revive me with your light, restore me with your truth, refresh me with your deeds of righteousness and charity.
Adon HaSelichot is a liturgical poem written by an anonymous poem sometime between the 11th and 13th centuries. It remained hidden until late in the 18th century when it was discovered with many other treasures in the Cairo Geniza. Quickly it became a mainstay of Sephardic liturgy during these days, read each day, except for Shabbat, from the 2nd of Elul through Yom Kippur. It has begun to find an equally significant place within the Ashkenazic community as well. The poem is structured as an alphabetical acrostic, moving from Aleph, the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet, to Tav, the last. Each letter reflecting a divine attribute so important to the truly godly and transformative process of forgiveness. And punctuating this recitation are our plaintive pleas for forgiveness, words that will likely sound very familiar to you. Chatanu lefanecha, rachem aleinu. We have sinned before you. Be merciful with us. As we listen, the repetitive meter and rhymes of the poem draw us in. As we move from Aleph to Tav, we may find ourselves being drawn deeper into the poem, our bodies beginning to move with the rhythms. And with each repetition of Chatanu lefanecha, Rachem aleinu, we may find ourselves being drawn deeper into ourselves in search of forgiveness, in search of transformation, in search of transcendence, as we prepare to begin our journey anew.
My heart was heavy, for its trust had been abused, its kindness answered with foul wrong. So, turning gloomily from my fellow men one summer Sabbath day, I strolled along the green mounds of the village burial place, where pondering how all human love and hate find one sad level, and how soon or late, wronged or wrongdoer, each with meekened face and cold hands folded over a still heart, past the green threshold of our common grave, whither all footsteps tend, whence none depart, awed for myself and pitying my race. Our common sorrow like a mighty wave swept all my pride away, and trembling I forgave. George William Russell.
When we are really desperate for forgiveness, we will pull just about any tactic out that we can, from flowers to phone calls to letters filled with the things we love about the one we have wronged, proclamations about how we know we are not worthy of forgiveness, but we ask for mercy. Adonai, Adonai, the 13 attributes of God's mercy is our love letter. It is our letter asking for forgiveness, knowing that we have done wrong, knowing that we don't deserve forgiveness, but that we simply ask for mercy.
Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum Vechanun, Erech Apayim Verav Chesed Ve'emet, Notzeh Chesed Lalafim, Noseh Avon Vafesha Vechata Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum Vechanun, Erech Apayim Verav Chesed Ve'emet, Notzeh Chesed Lalafim, Noseh Avon Vafesha Vechata Venageh.
Have compassion on me. The road I tread is narrow, too curvy for me to stay the course. Be gracious to me. Goodness is found if I seek it, if I notice the beauty. Have patience with me. I have only been living my life. It may take a while to arrive. Open your heart to me and let me feel the beating, the rhythm of love, the truth in my soul hidden somewhere. Forgive me. I have never felt the perfect year or month or week or even a day, but I keep trying, even though I know I may never. There are times when it feels like God is right in my heart, as close as a parent, Avinu, there for me and compassionate. unconditionally accepting, and it's like a soothing presence. And then again, inside it can feel like God is watching me from afar with furrowed brow and a stiff stance, and keeping track of my mistakes and ready to accuse and assess the ruler with a judgmental attitude, so distant and cold. Malkeinu. We call upon both compassion and judgment to carry us through this time. We require a stern hand and a nourishing arm to hold us to our lives and help us to return. Avinu Malkeinu.
Avinu Malkeinu Choneinu Vaneinu Ki ein banu Masim. Avinu Malkeinu Choneinu Vaneinu Avinu Malkeinu Choneinu Vaneinu Ki ein banu Masim. Aseh imanu tzedakah v'chesed ve'oshienu. Aseh imanu tzedakah v'chesed ve'oshienu. Avinu Malkeinu Choneinu Vaneinu Avinu Malkeinu Choneinu Vaneinu Ki ein banu Masim. tzedakah v'chesed ve'oshienu. Avinu Malkeinu Choneinu Vaneinu Avinu Malkeinu Choneinu Vaneinu Ki ein banu Masim.
In Shema Kolenu, we ask God to hear our voices. It literally means listen to our voices. Tonight, I invite you to listen to your own voice. What are you telling yourself tonight? Where is your voice? What do you need? Can you even hear yourself? We listen, we speak, we sing, we hope that our voices can rise above the din of life and allow ourselves to see our lives more clearly. Shema Kolenu.
Shema Kolenu. you hear our voice above all the noise and have mercy on our souls. We are in your care. Won't you hear our prayer and forgive us, forgive us. Shema Kolenu, Adonai Eloheinu, Hu Sverachem Aleinu, Vekabel Verachamim, Uvratzon et Filateinu. When we've lost our way, give us one more day to return to what is true. Won't you take us in so we can begin a new year? Won't you please hear? Shema Kolenu, Adonai Eloheinu, Hu Sverachem Aleinu, Vekabel Berachamim, Uvratzon et Filateinu, Uvratzon et Filateinu.
As we come to Selichot, this service that marks the beginning of the time of introspection, where we prepare our hearts both to give and receive forgiveness, there are many of us sitting with things that feel unforgivable. There are many of us sitting with things that we don't feel that we can forgive yet. And so I'm very pleased and proud that I was asked to share this reading by my colleague, Rabbi Jill Zimmerman, called Prayer for Those Not Ready to Forgive. The weight of this season compels us to forgive and to open our hearts. There are many among us who have endured deep hurts this year, and some from many years ago. Some of us are not sure of the path forward amidst the prayers and pleadings of Yom Kippur to wipe the slate clean and start anew. For the woman who was violated, and for the man beaten down, and for anyone with a broken heart or a crushed soul who might not be quite ready to forgive, it's okay. Take your time. Sometimes the timetable of the High Holy Days doesn't match the rhythm of the heart. Sometimes our devoted prayers get intermingled with inner voices not quite resolved, such as, maybe it wasn't all that bad. Just let go. Let bygones be bygones. Be the higher person, or maybe I'm being too sensitive. This year, love yourself enough to trust your own timing. Be patient enough to stay in the place of not yet. You commit to the work of resolution, not being attached to an outcome or timetable. Trust that you will find your way forward, that you will come to a time where holding on may hurt more than letting go. Forgive yourself for not being yet ready. From that place of total acceptance, may you have faith that the path will open up.
Redeeming My Life by Alden Solovey. A part of me refuses to forgive myself for my errors, my mistakes, my oversights, my misdeeds. How can I redeem my life from within this place of judgment, of harsh words, of somber requirement? God of old, God of justice and truth, teach me to restore my life through acts of love and kindness, thoughtfulness and care in support of my family and community. Teach me to surrender my days to the joy of service to others, the joy of concern for this world and generations to come. Heavenly Guide, revive me with your light, restore me with your truth, refresh me with your deeds of righteousness and charity.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבו ביעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וימיכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קורי ויאמרו אמן ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה לילה ולילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה אמירן ביעלמה ויאמרו אמן תתקבל צלון ובהותון דכל בית ישראל קדם מבוהון דיבישמיא 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 ויאמרו שלום רבו מג'מאיה וחיים וחיים עלינו עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן עושה שלום במרומה ויעשה שלום עלינו עלינו כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן אמן.
Forgiveness is not an emotion that spontaneously bubbles forth with love and understanding, erasing all evil and wounds. That would be impossible, impractical, even silly. We tend not to forgive and forget. Rather, forgiveness is a spiritual state, a way of being in the world, a discipline, like the dancer who endures the pain of practice, toes bleeding, muscles aching, hands reaching upward, soul flying with grace and joy.
We're coming to the end of our evening, and I just wanted to introduce myself because Cantor Lizzie Weiss, who is here, and I'm Rabbi Jonathan Aaron from Temple Emanuel of Beverly Hills. We're the only ones that didn't have, a little thing underneath us that said our names. So we're so glad that you could join us for this evening. It felt magical with the incredible music. And we're going to end, after our final song, with one final shofar blast, and that will mark the end of our service. And it's at that moment where I would just ask that we all just close our eyes, listen to the shofar blast, take 1 or 2 moments just in silence, and then we will go forth and have ourselves ready for our High Holy Days. I want to thank all of the clergy and staff from Kehillat Israel and from University Synagogue, because working together was incredible. And to make tonight happen, there were a lot of different people that worked on this, and I want to thank everyone for their efforts. We are 3 different synagogues, but we are one Jewish community. And to celebrate and reflect this evening together has really been an honor. We end with return. We return in love and truth to ourselves and to the core of our being, to find how we've lived up to being ourselves, to find a place we are at once strong and vulnerable. We strive just to be human. We return.
We return, we return, we return, return again. We return, we return, we return, return again and again to love, love, love. We return again to love.
We return.
We return.
We return.
We return. We return.
Return again. We return.
We return.
We return.
We return. We return. Return again and again to truth. We return.
Kehillat.